What's up, Cascade Media Group family? We're continuing our HBCU series here. We're talking with the President of Fisk University, which is the oldest institution of higher learning in Nashville, Tennessee, Dr. Vann Newkirk. How are you doing, Dr. Newkirk, today?
I'm doing fine. I'm just glad to be here today and glad that you've invited me to do this interview.
We're glad to have you on. So what's going on currently at Fisk University?
What isn't going on? We've got so many things that are happening at the university, new programs, new buildings. In the midst of this pandemic, the university seems to have found a silver lining. We've got the largest enrollment increase that we've had in years. We've had our best fundraising period in years. And right now we're building our first new building in 50 years. So all of that means that Fisk University is on the road to having a year that we would say is unforgettable.
What can a student returning back to campus expect this year?
Well, I think one of the things our students can expect coming back to the university is that we're looking at increasing and improving our retention. We already have one of the best retention rates in HBCU land, but what we're doing now is that we're putting some restaurants on campus. We're adding new majors to our programs such as bioinformatics, neurosciences. We're also looking at putting together a soccer field for our students. We got a new soccer team, and we got innovative as we begin to put together the field. We bought a stadium on eBay. We'll be putting that up. So, I mean, our students will have that as an activity. We put a new fitness center on campus. All of these things we're doing to improve our retention rate, which really stands at 80% for our first year students coming back for the next year. We want to get it where we have about 95 to 100% of our students, which is almost unheard of, but we believe we can do it because of the scale and the size of this university.
Well, that's an ambitious goal. Dr. Newkirk, the history of Fisk is very well known. For some of our viewers who don't know, some of your illustrious alumni include W.E.B. Du Bois, Judith Jamison, Ida B. Wells, and John Lewis. Can you talk about the importance of Fisk University to the Nashville community and HBCU world in general?
Well, we're the birthplace of social justice. When you look at the university and what we've done, Ida Wells, W.B. Du Bois, John Hope Franklin, Nikki Giovanni, if we look at John Lewis and all of those, what I want to call freedom fighters who came from this university, it's not by accident that this university played such a role in their lives. We teach our students to be thinkers. We teach our students to look at improving the world around them. We've done that for years. We teach our students to do it through various mediums, through art, through history, through whatever their majors are. We teach our students to use that to improve the conditions around them. That's been a Fisk trend, that's been a Fisk trait, and that's something that we continue throughout our history. We continue today. We have the new John Lewis Social Justice Center on our campus, in which we hope to train the social justice leaders of tomorrow. We're training industry leaders of how to diversify and how to build the industries of tomorrow that have workforces that look more like the society of America. We're training people how to communicate with minority communities. All that's happening right here at Fisk University. And I think it's not happening by accident. It's happening because of what we've done in our history. It's happening because of what we've continued to do. And it's happening because of the fact that we hired this university. We're not an institution that people would say that's the radical institution. We're an institution that's looking at improving conditions for all Americans and making America a place for everybody. And that's what we believe. That's what we've believed throughout our history. And that's what we continue to actually practice in what we do every day.
Excellent, excellent. Let me ask you, how has COVID-19 affected the university?
Well, we've changed our operating protocols a bit, but one thing about it, we're one of the first universities in the United States to actually take COVID seriously. We formed the COVID-19 task force back in January of last year before it even became widespread, and we planned for the epidemic. As a result of that, over the last academic year, we had our campus operational. We had a lot of our classes online, but we still had students on campus. But we only had about 13 cases of COVID on this campus. And that's because we practiced social distancing from an early time point. We had our campus on lockdown. We did a number of things with our faculty. We had a lot of interactive classes, smaller class sizes. We already were a small school. And that helped us to actually navigate through the pandemic with a great ease in many schools. In fact, our enrollment increased in the midst of the pandemic.
Okay, all right. Sounds like you've taken a really proactive response there, an early proactive response.
Yeah, and we're looking right now to do the same thing with this Delta variant. We've got a lot of plans in action for our students as they come back to school. And how do you react with this new threat? And we plan to expand some of the protocols that we've done for COVID-19 with our new students coming in to make sure that our students are safe, to make sure that our students are wearing masks. We do a lot of cleaning, ultraviolet lights that we're putting in our classrooms. So I think we are far and above beyond many schools as we prepare for this new virus and to make sure that we continue to be a leader in keeping the number of cases down on this campus.
Now, Dr. Newkirk, I need to ask, will there be a homecoming?
There will be a homecoming at this university. We're trying to get back to life as close as normal as we can. We have a small parade around our campus. Our faculty, our staff, and our alums love to come back on our green. And we plan to have things on the green we've done in the past, but we'll probably be a little more spaced. And this year, that's unlike the past, we'll operate in our new athletic fields. And so I think that's all going to help us to have a real safe environment as we move forward with homecoming and activities in the fall.
Okay, I have a couple more questions for you, sir. I don't know if you got a chance to see the Chicago Sun-Times article that I forwarded to you entitled, "While Howard University Rides a Wave of Acclaim, Some Black Colleges Are Struggling." Basically, it's saying the cumulative endowment for all historical Black colleges through 2019 was a little over 3.9 billion. And the authors are saying that's about equal to the endowment for the University of Minnesota alone. When I read this, Dr. Newkirk, I saw this as kind of a window to the state of Black America. That's the Urban Report, the Urban League report that's released every year by that organization. In that report, it's saying, according to data, the typical African-American household has less than 15% of the median wealth of the typical white household. How important, Dr. Newkirk, are college endowments, and what methods do we proactively take to increase financial capital and wealth of our Black institutions?
Well, this year has been I want to say that we've had the most success that we've ever had in fundraising this year, whether it was a result of the Floyd case or whether it was a result of the pandemic, we don't know. But one of the things I can say is that we've been very, very conscientious about marketing the product that we have. Mm-hmm. At our university, we graduate in 4 years about 51% of our students. That's number 3 and number 4 among HBCUs. In a 6-year period, we graduate about 60% of our students that come in as freshmen. Now, here's where we say that we have a real advantage over many schools. We did a survey of our students that graduated within the last 5 years. We found out the students who've been out 3 years or more from Fisks, that the average salary was somewhere in the neighborhood of $65,000 to $70,000. If you compare that to many colleges, our salary was much greater. And the reason being is that we educate not just students in a major, but we give our students all types of educational opportunities to give them the hands-on experience that they would need when they get into a corporate career. We want to make sure our students are turnkey products, that when they go into a job, they can do the job. They don't have to have all this long period of training. And we want to make sure they have those experiences before they get there. We're a small, agile university. And so one of the buildings that we're building, our new building, is dealing with merging our majors with corporate America. And so corporate America will be coming to the university, working with our students from the freshman year all the way through their senior year, and developing the talent that they need to actually go forward. I think that's what's important for us to go forward as a university. It's allowing us to actually see people and the people to see our product up front. It's allowing us to grow our endowment because people are now willing to invest into the university because they can see exactly who we're educating, why are we educating those students, and the type of product that we're turning out. We're turning out students who are ready to do the job. And so this year, for example, our fundraising has almost doubled from what it was last year. Our enrollment numbers have been strong. And so unlike what that article predicted and what it said about many HBCUs, I can say this HBCU had a very good year, and we have been capitalizing on the momentum that's going across the country for some of the larger HBCUs and growing what I want to say, our base as a university.
So what happens next then, Doctor?
Well, what we're trying to do now is to grow our endowment. Our endowment is not that large. We have an endowment of about $30 million. We want to grow our endowment in each year. We look at this year, next year, and the year after that, growing our endowment to have an endowment of $60 to $100 million. And I think that's possible as a university. But we also want to grow our enrollment to about 2,000 students, which means that we're going to double our enrollment. We're building new residence halls, new classroom buildings, and adding new majors, which are going to make us a strong institution. If you look over the last few years, what we've added the only Homeland Security program in 4 or 5 states. We have it right here at Fisk. We have neurosciences, we have medical biology. We have a lot of fields at this program that you wouldn't believe. Bioinformatics, data science, they're right here at this university. Bioengineering is coming to the university. All of these programs are done on purpose, and they're conscientious programs that are being developed to help us actually increase our niche marketing and to help us to bring in the students who come to this university. We recruit a lot of our students from the Midwest, from Chicago. A large number of our students come, and our students come to this university because they're expecting certain types of programs and to have a small environment where you have faculty and students are in close proximity. And we continue to do that, and we're going to continue to do that as we grow this university.
Dr. Newkirk, you certainly sound like you are busy with your work ahead of you there. How can anyone who's interested in more information about Fisk reach out to you?
Well, you can go online and check us out there online, but we also have a vigorous social media presence. They can go to Fisk web and pick up a lot of that information about the university. And we do have various updates that come out through our Fisk web weekly. Those are the things that you can pick up about the university. And we tell anyone who wants to visit the campus, come visit our campus. Our campus has a lot of historic sites on it. We have an iconic painting that was commissioned by Queen Victoria, which is on our campus. And anyone who comes to Nashville, you haven't had a complete visit to Nashville until you've seen Fisk University, because it's a place that has one of the largest art collections among HBCUs. We have over $300 million worth of art on this campus. And so we really believe that we are the place, we are the institution for kids to come and their parents to come, and they need to visit us, because once they do, I think they'll be sold on the university and what we can offer any person who's seeking a degree in higher education.
The Gold and Blue Bulldogs of Fisk University. Dr. Newkirk, we are certainly glad that we are preserving the heritage and the legacies of our HBCUs. Any final words?
Well, we just want to say this. We want them to come to Fisk, see Fisk, and to enroll in Fisk. So that's what we're looking for. We want to thank you for this time. And if you get a chance to come to Nashville, come visit our campus.
Cascade Media Group, there you have it. This is our HBCU Presidential Series. We'd like to thank Dr. Newkirk. Remember, I'm your host, Glenn Brian Frizzell. I always say, shoot for the sky, aim for the stars. Aim for the stars. If you miss it, at the very least, you would have landed among the moon. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
This is brought to you by Africana Art.